Yo, what up? What up? What's happening? What's happening? Check, check, check. Microphone's on. Yeah. What's happening? Hopefully the lighting's cool. It looks a little dark. Levels look good. What's happening, everybody? See, I don't even have much to even talk about. Wanted to jump on real quick because we didn't get a chance to do a live stream yesterday for Tuesday, so we jumping on for a Wednesday one. Uh Maria, what's going down? Not dark. Hello, appreciate that. On my end, it looks dark. And I don't know if the camera's moving on your end, but um, my MacBook updated and it works that way now. Customs was going down. You gonna go to the Hola Hola Fest in November? I think it is out in Irvine. Let me see. All right. Hell yeah, I think everything's kind of working out. Um, yeah, today's been kind of a hectic, busy day, so I've been trying to get a bunch of stuff going. Obviously, working on restocking the store and keeping up with the online store. Dodger season's crazy for myself. Um, as you know, they're in postseason. LA fans are dope. They buy a lot. So the online store's been going off, and I haven't even really promoted any of my LA stuff lately. It's just people are finding the videos and finding the online store and they shopping it up, so it's cool. Just trying to stay afloat with all of that as the orders pour in. uh Custom said yes. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, we plan on going too, so might see you out there, man. Outside of that, man, I've been trying to figure out different ways to make videos shareable on short form uh videos. Excuse me. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I've been trying to make a bunch of videos that could be shareable and have been tracking the metrics on how that shit works. Um, One of the crazy things that I've been noticing is majority of the people that watch the short form stuff don't even follow. Like it's just landing in people's feeds. So I feel like that's an easier way of getting people to share your content across the board. So I'm trying to make shareable content where I'm wearing my t-shirts that I sell. I'm trying to make shareable content showing some of my products. Just trying a bunch of different stuff out right now. And that's kind of what we've been doing lately is just focusing on trying to make content that's packed with information or just shareable in general. Um, and so far, it's kind of working. I haven't really cracked the code on it really, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. Hopefully, I could get it rolling though and get um, some kind of information out there that once things start working for me, like really working, then that's when I make a video and I share like, hey, I did this, so you guys could try doing this. It's all I'm trying to do right now is just test a bunch of stuff out and see if it works and to see if we could get sales off of it. And then if it works, then I make a video about it and then I share it with you guys on what I did, how I did it, and then that way you guys could try it out yourself and see if it works for you guys and your businesses. One of the big ones was the homie Jerry Mendez. He makes custom stickers, right? I think his sticker company is called Boulevard Stickers or something like that. And I'm trying different ways to figure out how to make content. Like I don't make stickers, so I can't make sticker content, but how can I make content that would work and benefit Jerry's business of selling stickers or G6 Customs business of selling stickers? I'm trying to make well-rounded content and create these strategies for everybody to use to see what's working and what's not working. You know what I mean? I'm stopping all the excuses for me not posting. Yeah, it's weird. We always make excuses for ourselves why we're not doing something or why something's not going right. Um, but mainly it's based out of fear, or if it's not fear, it's based out of somebody else's fear that they instilled into me. Like when I first started getting on YouTube, like a lot of my homeboys that I grew up with, they don't have social media at all. None whatsoever. They might consume some like YouTube videos here and there, but they're not on and active on social media. When I started making YouTube videos, oh man, you're gonna put your face on there? Like you shouldn't do that, man. Like, man, people gonna find out who you are, where you live, and all this stuff. And I'm like, it kind of got into my head. And then I was thinking, like, not too many people checking for me or trying to find out where I live and stuff like that. And it was somebody else's fear pushed onto me because that's what they were scared of. They put it on me and it made me feel like, oh shit, like somebody coming looking for me, or is if I said something reckless on YouTube, somebody's gonna, want to meet up at my doorstep or something like that. But letting somebody else's fears stop you from doing what you want to do is a big one in our community for sure, especially like in the t-shirt community, because you're gonna have your friends and family telling you shit all the time. They're gonna be hitting you up about $1 million ideas or why you shouldn't start that type of business. And if you feed into that, that'll ultimately just cripple your business before you even get started. So, you know, don't make no excuses and you just start banging the shit out the way you want to and what you feel comfortable doing. And that's it. But the big thing is just getting started. That's the, once you get over that hurdle, oh, it's an easy call, man. Easy call. Threaded headwear was going down. If I make a mistake, I'll get over it. That's exactly how it works. Like we as the business owner, like we take full responsibility for what we do, but at the same exact time, there's a lot of shit that we don't try that we don't know will work based off of some excuse we told ourselves why we're not going to try that out. You just got to go for it. If the shit don't work, it don't work. No harm, no foul, man. You just go for it. And that's one of the I'll say that's probably one of the biggest. No, I don't want to say the biggest excuse or the biggest hurdle that a lot of business owners kind of face, but that's something that I constantly see in my DMs or in my comments. It's always about people wanting to do something, but then they don't. And then they are in the comments looking for validation that their choice was the right choice. They're looking for me to say, yeah, you did the right thing. But I'm not like, my opinion really doesn't matter when it comes to this shit. The way it should work is what feels good to you and what's working for you is what you should ultimately do. Don't look for validation from anybody, not from me, but from anybody when it comes to your business. You just got to go for it and try the shit out. You know what I mean? And if the shit don't work, then the shit don't work. Try something else out. And I'm really starting to find my way through a lot of that kind of shit based on all this golfing that I've been doing. Is when shit doesn't work, like you try something, like I'll watch a YouTube video about somebody telling you how to, hold the club right. I'll go to the driving range for a week straight and I'll test out what they're talking about. And if the shit don't feel right for me, then and it's not working for me, I'm not gonna continue to do it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, all right, fuck it. I tried it, didn't work. Oh well. Let me try something else out. And that's basically how it is. And the similarities between golf and life or business is fucking crazy. I'm noticing this shit every day. Every day that I'm going out there and doing that shit, I'm noticing how it's parallel to the business world versus, me just trying to learn some stupid sport. You know what I mean? The way I see it, it's all about learning and growth. And that's exactly what it is. That's 1000% what it is right there. Learning and growth. Um, you're never too old to learn more. And for myself, I'm always constantly learning or just challenging myself to learn. Even in the t-shirt world, I don't know everything about t-shirts. Like I know the bare minimum about t-shirts, and I get away with it because I just put it to practical use. But there's so much more to the t-shirt business that I haven't even scratched the surface of. And I'm always trying to learn more or figure things out on my own. And it's just all about educating ourselves and really just going for it. You know what I mean? Just as a business owner, you're a risk taker. You know what I mean? You take the risk and you just see if the shit's gonna work out. And if it does, cool. And if it doesn't, like I said, fuck it. On to the next one. You know what I mean? Rick, brother, I'm definitely in that stage of being scared of just doing it and getting started. I really need to just get over that for sure. That's the 90% of the people that either watch my channel or thinking about starting a business or already in business and thinking about getting into social media. That's everybody's worst hang up, is just that little bit of fear of going for it. You know what I mean? And like I just said, being a business owner, you're a risk taker, man. You are like, you just have to, once you do it once or twice, after that, the shit is like fucking, you're trying anything because you're just like, all right, fuck it, man. Like, you see a little bit of growth or you see a little bit of success in something, and then you're like, damn, that's all I had to do. And then you just start going for it. That's how I was, man. Like, I can't even tell you how long it took me to even get on Instagram alone, like start a business, not a business Instagram, start a YouTube Instagram. Like, Big Brando TV is my Instagram for anything t-shirt or YouTube related, right? I was always against it, and I don't even know why I was against it. For years, people were like, "Yo, you on Instagram?" And I used to give people my personal Instagram, like my personal page that had shit with my family, because I was like, I don't have one for YouTube, or I don't have one talking about t-shirts on there. And I put it off for so long, and I was mainly in my head about it. It was like, I don't want to have to create content there and on YouTube. Like, I just want to focus on YouTube. And I'm dumb because all those years passed by and I could have been growing the community even more and helping more people. But since I was in my own head, nothing was getting done. And I think it was, I forgot what the reason why I really wanted to start it. It was mainly because there was fake pages, but I can't remember the name. Like, I think they did like Big Brando, but they used the O as a zero. And they were just, they took my picture from YouTube and they were pretending to be me. And I was like, damn, now I gotta like make a real one. And then that's how Big Brando TV ended up starting up, was basically just trying to shut down the fake, I guess. And yeah, I should have been did it a long time ago, but I was just in my own head like, nah, I don't need to do that, or I don't feel like doing it. I don't know what I was scared of. But once I did it, I was like, oh, it's an easy call, man. Um, that's why with like business and stuff like that, I'll do the research first. You know what I mean? I'll do the all the research I can, study up on it, educate myself about, the customers, the what I want to do, how I want to do it, all of that stuff. I'll really plan the shit out. But when it comes to actually like moving forward with the shit, I still get a little bit of that nervousness of, damn, is this the right move, or should I do this, or am I going to be wasting money? And then, I usually talk myself out of it. I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go for it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, fuck it. Like, let's fucking go. That's where I'm at. Is most of these ideas that I have, I just put them out and see what happens. You know what I mean? And if it works, cool. How do you delete posts on your own Facebook? I need to delete many posts and put my business posts up. That part I don't know. I really don't know how to work Facebook. I barely got onto Facebook. Um, like a couple months ago. Like, I'm freshly new on Facebook, so I really don't know too much about it and how to operate it yet. But what I am seeing is Facebook Reels. Those shits are getting like all kind of traction, man. Like, any golf video I put up on, say, Instagram, I get a few views. I put them shits up on Facebook and I get a ton of views. So maybe there's a ton of golfers on on Facebook. But even the t-shirt stuff, I post those videos on Facebook and they do good too. Um, I just haven't been engaging with people on there, talking and chatting and anything. I just post the videos and just let them do what they do. Instagram is where I'm active. TikTok is where I'm active also. But I don't know how to delete any posts on there. I've been watching you for a while now, and I do appreciate all the game you give out. Rich, I appreciate that, man. one of the big things with this channel, and one of the things I always forget, is like somebody could watch me for like 2 years. Like, let's just say they start their business and they grow their business. In my head, I'm thinking everybody is elevating their business the same way I am, right? So I start to make videos about current shit that I'm going through, right? And sometimes it's so deep in the weeds that somebody brand new to the channel, because I forget that there's new viewers every day finding my channel. I'm talking about something that's so far advanced that they have nothing, like they can't comprehend it, and it confuses them. So I don't know if you notice, especially if you watch me for a long time, you'll understand that like I'll make a series of videos, and then maybe a year from there I might make a series of videos of the same topics. And I do that because I understand that there's new viewers that come and find me all the time. So I'm always constantly trying to refresh content that I made a year or two ago and make it current so the new viewers will catch on and understand. But there are some of those people that's watched me for a long time, and they've elevated their businesses like crazy. And they are looking for a little bit of that guidance for somebody that's like a seasoned veteran in the business world or t-shirt world, where they need to understand, everything from tech packs to manufacturing and cut and sew and stuff like that. Or there's people that are now getting into retail spaces, and they're looking for, so making a video about like finding a retail location versus somebody that's just getting started buying their first heat press are two totally different levels of the t-shirt business world, right? And so imagine like a new person coming to the channel, maybe they found me from an old video and they started watching my new ones, and I'm over here talking about get yourself a warehouse, and they're like, what the hell, I'm barely operating out of my bedroom, how am I going to get a warehouse? And it confuses them. I forget that that happens all the time because I forget that there's new viewers. I'm thinking like all of you guys been with me for years from the beginning, and we're all elevating at the same time. And I feel like, oh, you don't want to hear about brand new beginner type shit. But I got to remember that there's a ton of people that are just finding me for the first time. And maybe they just might be looking for a little bit of information on heat presses or transfers, how they work. So that's why a lot of my videos are tailored that way. You might see me do a same series next year. I might do the same exact series or something like that. Let me see. But I appreciate you for rocking with me. David or DVD, I think it's your name, or David. What's that? And uh Brandon said, what's the best way to get traffic to your YouTube channel? Is YouTube kind of like TikTok, the way your videos pop up on people's feed? Kind of. Um, what I notice about TikTok, I mean, what I notice about YouTube is a search engine, right? Like people go to YouTube and type shit in like, how do I do this? Or what's the best way to do this? Or people go there to search for shit for information. So the way I use YouTube, by how I make videos and how I title my videos, is I try to put as much information in the titles and thumbnails as possible. So when people search the video or search YouTube for something, my video will pop up. So for example, if I was like, uh, I wanted to learn how to create content or become a better content creator or create a good habit of creating content, that's what I title a video. So let's say somebody that's not subscribed to me and doesn't follow me or anything, if they're just searching how to create, good habits to create content or whatever, my video will pop up. And then like as somebody's watching the video, the suggested video on the side, like related videos, will pop up also. And then sometimes my video might be of the same topic, so they'll recommend it that way. I don't know if there's like any growth hacks or anything like that when it comes to YouTube. That part I don't know. My channel has grown basically organically. Like the videos you see me posting, I've been posting for like the last 9 years. T-shirts, heat presses, transfers, how to sell T-shirts, shit like that. Um, I know there are ways of like using tricky keywords and understanding SEO and all that. I don't know anything about all that. I barely know how to make videos and post them. So that's my technique on how I do it. I just understand that YouTube is search engine. So I title my videos and I make the content about my videos search worthy, if that makes any sense. I'm thinking of if somebody's at home thinking about how do I start a clothing brand from home, I feel like that's what they would type into the search bar. And that's kind of where I want my video to land if I'm talking about starting a brand or, what's the cheapest way to print t-shirts. I would want my video to land so they could see that you could do it from home and not use, a POD site. Or what's the best quality t-shirt. I would hope that my videos pop up talking about AS Color t-shirts because I think those are the highest quality t-shirts. Or, what's the best heat press to buy. I hope my videos pop up, so I'll put that kind of shit in the title and in the thumbnail, to pique interest of whoever's searching for it. But that's usually how I make my videos. And you could look at my channel, like I don't get a shitload of views, man. I get 1,000 views here or there, and that's about it. It's more about just putting the stuff out for information and being consistent. I post every single um what I do Mondays, I think. I think I upload every Monday at 11 o'clock. Sometimes I'll upload Thursdays, but I've been doing these lives on Tuesdays, so that's been kind of cool too. Just staying on a schedule helps somehow. I don't know. Threaded Headwear said you just got to get it right one time, man. That's all it is, and it's always the ones you don't think is going to hit. That's for sure. That is for sure, man. But it's consistency, right? It's a numbers game. You got to put it out to see if it's going to work, and once it does, then bingo, like the shit really works. Kathleen Thompson said I have a lot of political posts. Yeah, sometimes political posts could be good or bad. If you wanted to get rid of the political posts, I don't know how to delete them, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it. If that's what you're talking about, you want to delete those political posts so you could do more business stuff. I think that's what you're saying. Cutie Lash from Chicago, what's happening? We need an advanced series like how you did Back to Basics. Yeah, well, what do you want to see in that series, man? Let me know, and then I'll try to put it down. I'll take some notes right now. You write the shit down. I mean, list out what you want to see in an advanced series. I'll try to put some videos together for it. How's the golf game coming along? It's going. You know what I mean? I'll say this: I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I do because I love the challenge of learning. That's why I like starting brands and trying to sell t-shirts. Like I like that challenge of trying to figure the shit out, right? Um, but what it also does for me is, man, I'm out there by myself, man. It gives me a chance to like really clear my own mind, focus in and really try to learn something. No excuses, you know what I mean? Like if I'm getting shittier, that means I'm not, trying hard enough or I'm not really practicing. I'm not really applying myself. So that part of the game I really enjoy. But I would say the chipping and the putting, the short game stuff, that shit is a bitch, man. For myself, you know what I mean? That shit's frustrating as hell. But I'm enjoying it, man. It's cool. I'm in the lab right now, cutting and pressing new designs. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Revive, get that money. I think I might have something here. Get that money. That's what I'm talking about. I was on your page looking to buy the LA hat with the chucks and I didn't see it. Are you still selling that? I've never made a hat with the LA with the chucks. I only had t-shirts uh with the LA with the chucks. I've never made a hat like that though. What do you mean when you say thumbnail? Thumbnail is like when you're looking at YouTube videos, like before you click on the actual video, it'll be like a still picture of something. It's usually like my thumbnails are like a half torso of my body. I have a LA hat on and I think I have a white t-shirt on or a tan t-shirt or something like that. And then it'll say like a title on there. It'll say like, best heat press to buy or some shit like that. But those are thumbnails. It's the little still picture that you see before you click on the video. Scoob, but you are consistent though and post all the time. So that's what helps your videos on here and on social media. Consistency is key. You know what I mean? You just have to get into the habit of doing it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what that video that I just posted was all about, was creating those habits. And I kind of use the golf shit as the example of how to create the habit of doing it, right? Like golfing is brand new to me. I don't know nothing about it. I'm out there by myself. I'm learning on my own. It took me a while to be like, let me record myself doing this. One, I look stupid doing it, right? Like it's not my comfort zone. It's not something that I'm good at because I'm still learning. Um, but it was like getting over that little hurdle of I look dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna put this online for people to see, and there's gonna be critics in there like, "Yo, your swing sucks," or "You can't even hit the ball far. You're barely hitting the ball," or "Shit's not going straight." It was all those things in the back of my head, and then on top of that, it's at the range. Like all these other golfers are around me that are killing shit, and I'm like, man, they're gonna see this dumbass trying to like the way I be like balancing my phone on my golf bag is crazy. Like I don't bring a tripod or nothing. I'm just kind of like finessing it in there with a towel and propping it up. But it took me a long time to get to the point where I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna record this shit. But once I did that, I had a ton of videos, but I was like, I'm not gonna post this shit. This is kind of dumb. Why would I do this? And then it was like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna post it to get into the habit of posting and get in the habit of recording. What that built up for me was natural muscle memory of whipping out my phone and recording anything I was doing, whether it was golfing, whether it's packing up orders. Like you see these videos I post on my social media now, it's just me packing up orders. It's the same video over and over. Get the packing or the shipping label, grab the t-shirt, clear poly bag, put it into the poly mailer, handwritten note, stickers go on there, blah blah blah. It's the same video every single time. But what I had to get into the habit of doing was just recording and posting, recording and posting. That's how I ended up becoming consistent with what I was doing. It was just, let me just figure this thing out. Because when I was just doing YouTube and I wasn't doing all this short form stuff and all this easy YouTube, one Sunday a month, I'll knock out 8, 12, 14 videos, however many videos I could bang out. I'll record them all and then I just edit them throughout the day or out the week. Now it's easy for me. Like I could keep up with that. It's not a problem. But with the short form stuff, it's so fast, but they're smaller videos. So it's easier for me to just whip out the camera, record little snippets of an hour long driving range session and make all these little pieces of content that I could post. And then I just start dropping them. Same thing with me bagging up an order. Me bagging up an order, I can make off of one order. I can make one whole video just about folding the t-shirt using the t-shirt folder. I can make one whole video about clear poly bags and the size of poly bag I use. I can make one whole video about the poly mailer I use and why I choose to use it, where you can buy it from. That's a bunch of pieces of content that I could put out separately off of me bagging up one t-shirt order. You know what I mean? And I could still use me printing out the shipping label and talking about the shipping label and talking about Shopify is another piece of content. Me going to the post office is another piece of content. When you break it down like that in your head, it doesn't sound daunting. It doesn't sound like work. It sounds like, oh shit, I could get all this out of this one little clip. Easy call. Then my life doesn't have to revolve around creating content all the time. It's, as simple as just bagging up one order. Set the phone up, tripod, lean it up on something. I could make a time lapse. I could record a video. I could go through the motions of what I'm doing. It gets easier once you take the thinking out of it. You know what I mean? And that right there is something that it took me a while to grasp when it comes to short form stuff, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts. The like long form videos, like YouTube videos, easy call. I could do that all day long. Um, that's like second nature to me. But I'm trying to get recording content on the fly with my phone as second nature to myself. I'm not to the point where I'm like vlogging myself and I'm like, hey, I'm over here, blah blah blah. I'm not at that point. I don't think I'll ever get to that point because that seems kind of weird to me. That's not me. Um, but I am to the point where the things that I am doing, I can film and I could record and I could, create little pieces of content for it. And it got to the point where it's fun. Like editing the videos is fun and making the videos is fun. So while the going is good, like I'm just gonna keep it rolling. You know what I mean? That's kind of the mindset. That's the reason I put that video out. I think it was on Monday, um, about creating the habit, because you guys seen it in real life. It's like it's easy for me to say make t-shirt content when I already make t-shirt content, right? That's normal for me, but that might be new to somebody else. So that's why I wanted to show I'm new to golf. Like I'm new to that space. If you guys are new to t-shirts, we're in the same boat there. I'm new to golf. I know that it feels uncomfortable to film myself because I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't really know. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging the shit, but it can be done. You know what I mean? And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then the more you do it, you really track your progress. Like I could watch a video that I posted a month ago on Instagram about me golfing and compare it to what I'm doing now golfing. And it's night and day. It's a lot different. It's because of me just tracking the progress and the journey going along and building up the habit of, let me just set my phone up for a couple swings, or let me set my phone up over here for this, or let me talk through this because this is a random thought I had. That part is easy to me. And then once you get into that, oh man, it's shit's wild, man. It gets easier for sure. Let me see. I've been watching for a while and I have got ideas and learned from your videos about placement and size on logos. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. School, appreciate that. Perhaps new ways you're marketing it changes so much, and this is one of the biggest reasons why the ebook isn't out yet, is because of how rapid social media changes when it comes to marketing strategies that I'm trying out and testing out. Things that I was doing 10 years ago still work, but then there's all these new things that work even better now. You know what I mean? And it's just trying to continue to update the book as these things, like I'm testing them out and it works. Like the whole thing with me promoting t-shirts in food posts, I was doing that because I wanted to make shareable videos. I figured that would be the best way for me to get mileage off of one post, right? It's me going to a popular food spot, reviewing the food, but then, hey, I'm wearing this South Bay shirt in the background. I'm at this popular restaurant in the South Bay. I want people in the South Bay to share this because of the food, but I know that the people from the South Bay will see this homegrown South Bay Los Angeles t-shirt in the background. And then now it's going to pique their interest, like, damn, where the hell did that guy get that shirt from? Or somebody's going to say, dope, I'm from the South Bay. I'm homegrown from the South Bay. I kind of need that shirt. So that was my way of like advertising all my new products, especially when I was doing the brown hoodies, when I dropped this design and all the South Bay shirts that I did for the store. Um, that strategy worked and it filled the store up, and we're constantly sold out of the brown hoodies, and people were coming into the store to buy the South Bay stuff. And that's really what I wanted. Was I wanted to drive traffic to my retail store and have people come in and be able to buy South Bay merchandise. You know what I mean? So using the food as kind of like the bullet train of it being shared and it going places. My t-shirt or my hoodie was just catching a free ride on that bullet train. So people were going, like, receiving the video for the food, but then they were seeing the shirt like unsolicited. It was just in their face and they didn't even know it because they were there for the food, but they seen the t-shirt. And that to me was the biggest eye opener on how shareable videos work. You know what I mean? It's people DMing people and saying, "Hey, check out this fucking new taco spot over here, or check out this pancake spot." And then people are sharing it like, "Yo, did you see that South Bay shirt that this dude's wearing?" That to me is all I need. I need people to see my products, and I'm just finding clever ways of getting my products in their faces. And so I'm testing all this shit out. That's what I'm doing right now, is basically trying to figure out how to make more shareable content so I can promote more shit. If you look at my social media, that's all I'm doing. I'm just like testing the shit out. Like if you look at my Instagram, you'll see how I'm doing stuff, and you'll look at like, oh shit, he's teaching me how to press this t-shirt, or he's talking about golfing and he's showing this new driving range, or he's doing this. It's all, I'm doing it with a weird purpose on the back end because most of the time I'm wearing shit like I'm wearing my South Bay hoodie at a driving range that's in the middle of the South Bay. So I want people to golf people to share that because my hoodie's in there. And also I'm talking about golf shit. So I know the golf community spends money. So I'm trying to get into that space. But that's the intention of what I'm trying to do. Um, and it works. For example, leading up to Dodgers postseason, I was posting a lot of videos of me pressing the "This City Don't Love You" T-shirt because that carries on into Dodgers postseason. It carries on into Dodger fans wanting to buy cool shit. I play on emotions because people buy based on emotion, right? Dodgers win, people are hyped up. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to the next series, or we're going. We just beat this team, so we're ready to go." You'll see it. The fucking every clothing brand in Los Angeles is putting shit out. Undefeated put out their LA undefeated hats during postseason, and they're pumping them out. Born and Raised is doing the same exact thing. All of these brands are playing on people's emotions. Like we're putting out dope ass shit so the city could rep, and it's their collabs or whatever it is. I'm just doing the same thing. I'm putting out my shit while the going's good, you know what I mean? So I could generate sales. And that's what's working is like it's hard for me to keep the "This City Don't Love You" t-shirt. Whoever was asking about the LA with the Chucks, it's hard to keep that t-shirt in stock during Dodgers postseason because people are buying it to wear to the games, to the bars, to the breweries, to the parties, wherever they're going to rep the Dodgers. They want some cool LA shit. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Hope that makes sense. I know that I was rambling on about marketing and shit, so I hope that made sense to somebody. I have an eco-solvent Mamaki printer using B-Flex HTV vinyl for starting off printing shirts. For selling shirts, do you like the end result of HTV? What HTV do you recommend? Um, I think now all HTVs are basically the same. B-Flex, Thermoflex, Caesar. I don't even know if Gecko's still around. I don't even know if Econo's around or not around or selling in the US. I don't know. Atlanta Vinyl's dope. But I feel like all the vinyls are kind of the same now, where they all have the same soft hand feel, um, better than what it was. Like I can compare it to what shit used to be like in the early 2000s, where the vinyl was thick and heavy on t-shirts. Now it's a lot thinner, a lot softer, a lot more flexible. So I don't really have a preference on vinyl too much. As for the end result with HTV, it's cool if you're doing like some one-off stuff. I feel like if you're doing like high production, like a lot of t-shirts, it's nice to print your own transfers and stuff like that from home. But at a certain point, it gets a little easier if you're doing like if you just outsource the transfers, like order the transfers and press them on for like big orders for like quantity. But if you're doing one-offs and custom stuff, yeah, man, it's an easy call. Humble Traveler, what's up, big brand? I love your videos. What online sales platform do you love using to sell merch? I use Shopify. Shopify has probably been the best one for me. Ever since I got it, I never looked at any other platform. It just does everything for me. You buy your shipping labels through there. You host your site off of there. You do basically everything. All you're doing is uploading your products, putting the prices up, and that's it. Roderick Henry, what's happening? We bought a property to expand our shop, and the remodel finally gets completed on November 1st. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Cutie Lash. Get that money. That's a good one right there. Fuck yeah. I just purchased a second Racoma 1501 used, and I'm doing the maintenance while watching you. Thanks for the inspiration. Second Racoma, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That means business is growing for you. And then secondly, that means business is good for you if you're getting your second machine. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Minion said, "Hi, friend. I'm new to your page and glad to find you. I'm new to DTF, getting into it because I've always wanted to do tanks and tees for gym workout wear. Hell yeah. I already got some guys wanting stuff." That's what I'm talking about. When you get into the space because you feel you could fill a void, not just with yourself, but in a space that you're familiar with. If you're familiar with working out in gym wear and stuff like that, and you want to put your creations onto those shirts and sell them to gym goers, that's the perfect recipe right there for just getting started. One, you know the target audience well because you're part of that target audience if you go to the gym and work out and stuff like that. So you know what you like the t-shirts or tank tops to fit like. Um, you know what you want them to feel like. You know everything about that space. Um, so that's an easy way of getting in, getting your feet wet, making some money, but then also getting the reps in of pressing up the shirts, testing out designs, testing out different blanks, all that good stuff. I think you're in a good position. I say go for that shit, get that money, man. Thinking about loading content about our journey. It was a grind to get here. Grew up in the hood of Chicago to buying a property that the dead said a Latina like me couldn't buy. Oh, the deed said. That's what I'm talking about. One, I say you put that information out there. Two, you're going to really inspire others like yourself by putting that kind of content out. Three, you are authentic to yourself. And that's what's going to make that content do very well is you're telling your own story and your own struggles of what happened. And what that's doing is somebody that's in similar shoes as you is going to see that and then not feel alone anymore. They're like, oh shit, she went through this. We're currently going through this. And then they're going to start, leaning on you for advice, or they're going to be so tuned into the story. They're going to want to hear every single step of the way. So I say put that type of content out, especially about your journey and how it's unique to yourself, because somebody across the country might be going through the same exact thing and look to you as inspiration or look to you as some sort of like comfort of, oh shit, I'm going through this, somebody already went through this, there's light on the other end of this tunnel. That's where I see stories and documenting your journey helping others. That's why I'm doing the shit with the golf thing, man. Like, you know how many other beginner golfers are out there that are scared to set the camera up and record themselves because they're scared of what their friends might say or what, somebody might think of them. Nah, that's why I do it is because there might be a beginner golfer out there that's stuck at work that can't golf and he's watching me swing. He's like, "Oh shit, I need to get to the range after." There's so many different things that could happen and might happen when you post your journey. So you never know who's watching. So I say do that shit. And congrats on that because I think that's dope as hell. When you're pressing hats, what did you use to fill the gap between the hat and the platen? I used mouse pads. I would take regular size mouse pads. I don't know, they're like 5 by 7 or something like that. Might be wrong. You get a regular mouse pad, cut it to the size of the platen, and then you could cut it in like make one this size, then you make a little smaller one, and you make another smaller one. So then that way it fills in the gap, and you just layer those things in there. But usually the hats that I was using with the old press that I was using, the gap was only one um, mouse pad thick to fill in that gap. That's what I was using. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable is the best thing I've ever done. That's exactly it, man. There's freedom on the other end of that. Not a lot of people know that because not a lot of people bother to go through the steps to get to that freedom. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know what it's like and shit. I know what it's like. Shit is dope. I've got inspiration from your video, so I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Scoob, I appreciate you. Thank you. Hearing you, recording and posting. We have content, so we will keep filming. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's the hard part, breaking it down into steps because I feel like I should do more. Yeah, for sure. Like, when it comes to creating content, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll have a million ideas and then we spit it out word salad or word vomit to the camera and try to get everything out. And sometimes it doesn't have to be that. You could write the shit down. There's I don't do this because I'm kind of bad at it, but there's content creators that I seen doing this shit live. Like when I go to these like when I go to the Silhouette Summit, the vinyl cutter company has this summit every year. I didn't get a chance to go to the Japan one this year, but when I was going to the ones in Hawaii, I would watch quote unquote real content creators. Like these crafter ladies are dope as fuck. Some of them had their husbands filming them. They had a little whiteboard with a fucking script written out. This other lady was filming herself where she had I first seen her with a GoPro first year. Second year she had the Osmo Pocket 3 camera, lights, microphone on the shit, and then also right below it was like a screen that it was like a teleprompter. Like if she had her phone on the side and it had outlines of what the bullet points she wanted to talk about. So she was going through the showroom where they were like releasing the new products, and she'll pull it up like on her phone or iPad, whatever it was, and it'll be like the Silhouette, I don't know, Mark II vinyl cutter, and she'll have all the things that it does, like cuts quiet, it's a 24-inch cutter, comes with a stand, blah blah blah. So that way she was like dead on. So when you're creating content, like if you're trying to break it into steps, it's the best way to do it. You write the shit down, you have the bullet points of the points you want to make, and then you fill in the gaps with your personal experience and what you felt was good and bad, and then video done. Go on to the next one, next step, boom 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 boom. That's the easiest way to do it, is when you write the shit down. My brain doesn't work that way when I write shit down, so I write it down up here. I don't know, it's weird to say, but a lot of the shit that I do, I prioritize in my head, but it's basically me crossing shit off a list in my brain. Let me see. Subconscious advertising. That's exactly what I do, man. That's exactly what I do. Thanks for sharing your marketing strategies. Yeah, not a problem, man. The shit that I'll say this, majority of the marketing strategies that I do, they start out as dumbass ideas. And then from those dumbass ideas, I put them into play. I won't know if it's going to work or not work until I actually try it out. And I don't just try it, I don't just do it once. Like I'll do the shit for like a month and I'll try it out every single day to see if the shit works. And if I see a little bit of success in it, then I'll keep going. If I don't see anything within that month, month and a half, then I'll stop. And I'll be like, all right, let me try something else out now. But that's all it is just me trying out what I think might be a good idea. And I just act on it. I just go for it. And then if the shit works, cool. That's the shit I share with y'all. Like, hey, I tried this out. This shit works. Try it out for yourself. If it doesn't work, I don't talk about it because I don't want to put any misinformation out there. But there are a lot of dumbass ideas that I have that don't work out. But if I didn't try it out, I would never know. You know what I mean? Speaking of the hat press, how come you never got the IQ 360 hat press? I never needed it. I use the Heat Press Nation Signature Series cap press because it has removable platens. The biggest thing for myself is I understand that not every hat is the same size. So having the removable platens makes it easier for me to use different hats that are different sizes and have the different platens to put on there and bang them out. Does that mean that the uh, 360 IQ doesn't won't do that? It doesn't have removable platens, but maybe it doesn't have that issue with different size hats, which makes me say, do I need that press if I have a press that already does it? See, a lot of people, what they do is they always feel they have to upgrade their press. I'm not those people. For me, I'll use the shit till the shit don't work no more, because it makes no sense for me to spend money on shit when I already have shit that's making me money. You know what I mean? So most people, they'll use a press for like 1 or 2 years and be like, oh, this new one came out, I'm gonna get this one. I'm not those people. I'm cheap as fuck. I love the profit more than I love buying shit. So for me, it's always like, yo, if this shit's working, I'm gonna ride it out. My 15 by 15 Signature Pro press, that bitch been running for years, man, for years. Signature Series press 15 by 15 been running for years, and I still run them till this day. It it doesn't matter what new press comes out that's fucking bigger, better, badder. If the shit works, the shit works. For me, when I start buying new equipment, new presses, especially like I have 6 heat presses in my shop right now currently. When all 6 of them bitches are running, where it's going, like everybody's working, everybody's doing it. But at the same exact time, do I need to replace all 6 of those presses with all brand new heat presses? No. If they're all working and they all do the same thing, they're all going to get put to use the same exact way. That's all it is. For me, it's production. It's, yeah, all of these things have every feature I want. I have slide out drawer, auto open, good, even heating pressure element on top, and good pressure. That's all I need. So I'll bang them through all day long. And just because like the top of the line heat presses or name brand heat presses are more expensive, they're not always better. I have a Geonite cap press. The little shock in the back, like the little hydraulic shock, busted. That shit was expensive as fuck. And the only reason I bought that hat press, this is the cap press. The only reason I bought it was that was the first one I seen with the removable bottom platens, but you had to buy the separate removable platens. This is a Geonite press, like this is top of the line shit, and it went out on me. And then when that one went out, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get the fucking Heat Press Nation one because I bought based on I'm gonna upgrade to the name brand one." I did the upgrade. The shit failed me. If you ever seen my videos at the bottom of the table, there's a Hottronics press down there that broke also. The Heat Press Nation presses that I have been running, they run daily. Every single day those presses get used. And they have not failed me at all. Hottronics press 16 by 20, but the switch went out, the screen went out, the switch went out again. And I'm buying all these replacement parts to do it. It doesn't have a slide out drawer. Like this shit is expensive. And I thought I was upgrading, and the upgrade didn't work in my favor. So I'm like, man, fuck that. The Heat Press Nation presses, no issues. Nothing's ever went out. Nothing's ever went wrong. And I just run them shits every day and they work. So I'm like, fuck all the upgrade shit like that. Don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? But that's one of the reasons why I never got a 360. I don't have a need for it. You know what I mean? My hat press works perfectly fine. The IQ 360 is not going to make it's not going to make me press any faster. The transfer still has to get applied at the same exact time. So there's nothing that's going to make me speed up my process. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense to you. Could be, you know what I mean? I could be wrong, but that for me, that's how I see it. Thanks, bro. Appreciate your hard work and sharing with the people. Not a problem, man. That's what this channel is all about, sharing with the people. Thank you, Brandon, for all you do. I started a heat press in January and step by step and listening to your advice is an A plus. Hell yeah. Willow, I think that's your name, Willow, not William. Willow, I appreciate that. Get that money. Thanks for rocking with me too, man. Like when I hear people say they watch me for years and stuff, I think it's crazy. But at the same exact time, I appreciate it. I think it's dope that people, been tracking the journey for me, using my information, sharing it with their peers. I think that's dope. And applying it to your business, that's what it's all about. Any DTF printer you recommend below 5,000 and 7,000? Hell no. I really don't recommend any DTF printer because white ink will always clog the print heads on any of those printers. White ink is a bitch, man. I've owned DTF printers, I've owned DTG printers. That's always the issue, and that's what always clogs the print heads is the white ink. Until somebody creates a white ink that doesn't clog print heads, then I'll feel a little bit more comfortable about DTF. But for whatever reason, man, none of the other colors really clog the print head, but the white one is always the asshole. Every time DTG, DTF, those print heads get clogged up by white ink. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I love heat press nation presses, and I hate the Hotronix presses are so expensive. They're expensive for good reason, right? Like they've built the name up to earn that price tag. You know what I mean? And you see it like whenever this is how much of an industry standard those Hotronix presses are, is whenever you see baseball teams like Major League Baseball teams pressing up jerseys, doing custom jerseys, they're using a Hotronix press. Same thing for the NFL, same thing for the NBA. On draft day, for the NBA, they're in the back heat pressing up jerseys for the whoever they draft so they could hold it up with their last name on it. They're all using Hotronix presses like that. It's not a secret like that. That press has earned its price tag. You know what I mean? For myself, I've always had bad experiences with it. And then for me, it doesn't necessarily feel like an upgrade for myself. The functions might be better, there might be certain things that are better, but it doesn't speed up my production. So it's not an upgrade for myself. You know what I mean? Um, because we all press based on what the recommended instructions are on our transfers, right? So if the transfer has to get pressed for 15 seconds, whether you're using a Hotronix press or an Amazon press, 15 seconds is 15 seconds. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That time is the same no matter what press you use. Now, the heating might be different, the pressure might be different, but the time is still the same. So I don't feel like a lot of these things are going to speed up my production and make my life easier. So that's why it doesn't necessarily seem like an upgrade to myself. But that's me personally speaking. This is only my opinion on how that stuff works. I had somebody in the comments say I should get a certain press to I was whatever press I was using, True Spec or the Signature Series presses on one of my videos, and somebody left a comment saying I should get this press to speed up my production. And it's the same thing, just a different brand of a press. So how does that speed up my production if Super Color needs to be pressed at 15 seconds? That same Super Color transfer is going to have to get pressed at 15 seconds on this other press. Makes no sense. But like I said, personally speaking, that's just my opinion on how that shit works. I'm running into a heavy decision making to launch my brand based on your experience. I'm using Printify. Would you suggest using Bella Canvas, Gildan? Um, I don't know nothing about Printify, and I'm not too familiar with the shirts that you listed on there. Um, you would This is what I would recommend you doing. Get those same 3 t-shirts, get them printed by Printify, test them out. Wash them, wear them, see what you like and what you dislike about them, and then you make the decision from there which one feels the best, which one you want to offer your customers. Does that print look right to you? All of these things are things that you, the business owner, just need to experience for yourself. You know what I mean? Because if I just told you, yeah, fucking get the Gildan 6400, and you're like, you do it and then your customers hate it, or you use it and then you feel the shirt and you're like, man, this shirt sucks, and you're going to put all of that, you're going to give me all that power for your business to tell you what to do. Doesn't make sense, right? That's not fair to you, the business owner. You have to get that Bella Canvas shirt and that Gildan shirt, or both of those Gildan shirts, and you test it out for yourself. And to me, the way I buy blank t-shirts is based on what the customers actually wear, right? How do you find out what they wear? You can look at what your target audience, like their customer or your customer base, you can find them on Instagram easily. Like if you know who you're trying to sell to, then you know what your target audience looks like. You can look at their page and see what they're already wearing. If somebody's wearing baggy t-shirts, oversized shirts, then you know the Bella Canvas might not be the move, you know what I mean? Or if you see them wearing fitted shirts, then you would know, all right, maybe that certain Gildan shirt isn't as fitted as your customers would like. So I would start there and look at what your audience looks like, what they're used to wearing, how they wear their t-shirts. And if I'm wrong, like I said, everybody posts the best picture of them on social media. Everybody does it. There's nobody that's like, let me put this shitty picture of myself up. Everybody's putting the best picture up. So when people are putting their best picture up, they're making sure their outfit looks right, their face looks right, everything looks well put together. And you could see how people dress, what they wear on a regular, and then you get a better sense of what your customers are actually into wearing. That's what I do. So if I'm gonna like drop a brand and I'm like, I'm trying to target this certain audience, and I notice that the people I'm trying to target are used to wearing Pro Club t-shirts. I might like AS Color, but I know Pro Club is going to be an easier sell for me if they know that I print on Pro Club. So I'm going to print on Pro Club for that audience because that's what they're used to wearing already. How do I know what a Pro Club shirt fits like? I know because I'm from Los Angeles and I grew up wearing Pro Clubs that it's going to have a tight neck, boxy fit, heavyweight. I know what that t-shirt looks like from a mile away. So I could see that because I'm used to wearing that shirt. I used to wear Pro Clubs. So I know when I see somebody, if their collar's really tight and that t-shirt's boxy and it still has the fold marks from the got it straight up the swap meet, I know. I'll be like, oh shit, this person's used to wearing Pro Clubs. I'm gonna say I print on Pro Club, and they're gonna be like, all right, I know my size. I'm an extra large in that shirt all day long. When your customer has to guess, that's when it's hard because you want returning customers. Like, let's say your customer wants is used to wearing fitted shirts. You didn't do your research. You're not offering a fitted t-shirt. You're offering a regular generic fitting t-shirt. Customer buys it. Maybe they like the design, but they hate the blank that it's printed on. Chances are they might not shop with you again. Or if it's the other way around, if they're looking for a generic fitting t-shirt and you're offering a fitted t-shirt, that fitted t-shirt, like what if the person's like big, like got big titties like me, or they don't like the way that the shirt fits, you know what I mean? Like then they're gonna be like, nah, they print on these weird shirts that fit weird. I'm not gonna shop with them again. That's the that's where you, the business owner, have to go out and do a little bit of research on who your target audience is and see what they're wearing, get a good idea of the type of shirt you want to sell. And I'm not saying just look at one person's page. You got to look at a lot of people's pages, people that you think are going to be customers to you. You know what I mean? Bella Canvas is very lightweight. Yeah, that I mean, every time I've seen Bella Canvas in like at the trade shows, I'm like, man, this is a super lightweight shirt. Has a very smooth surface for DTG, but it's super thin. Maybe too thin for transfers. There you go. What's the easiest way to make content? I posted a TikTok of me customizing Dickies with the design I made myself, and it flopped. You can't just post one video, man. You got to post. It's a numbers game. You got to constantly post. There's like there's a saying. I can't think of the saying right now, but it's a numbers game, man. Like you can't just put up one and be like, all right. Like look at my TikTok. Some videos get 100 views, some get 1,000 views. None of my videos are going in the millions, not even in the 100,000s. Like the shits are dancing around 1,000 views or something like that. And I got a huge, like, I don't have a huge following, but I got like 50,000 followers on TikTok, right? Man, I'll pull this shit up right now so I can show you. This is how ill this shit is. So I just posted a video today, 200 views. This one right here of me doing some hats, 300 views. This one's 600, this one's 200, this one's 100. Like my views shit. They're not cool, they're not good. But it's a numbers game. You just got to keep doing it. Like the way people are going to see you is by you just posting. You just have to post more. The easiest way to make content is to film yourself doing it. That's it. Whatever you're doing, customizing Dickies, time lapse yourself customizing the Dickies. You're going to iron those Dickies, film yourself ironing those Dickies. If you're creating the design, film yourself creating the design. If you're doing HTV, show yourself cutting the HTV, and then also you could show yourself weeding up the HTV, and then a separate video of you pressing the HTV. All of that kind of stuff right there is potential content that you could be putting up. It's a numbers game though. You just got to be consistent with the posting. One video isn't going to do it. You just have to constantly do it. For me, I don't even get wrapped up in the view thing no more. I'm more wrapped up in, is it landing on the right people's pages? And from me and my personal, like, from Shopify, you could see who's clicking what link, like you could see who sent them. I'm getting tons of traffic from TikTok. People are going to my bio, clicking the link, and shopping with me because they're just seeing what I'm making. They might not like the post, they might not comment on the post, but they're coming from TikTok to buy. And that's where I'm seeing, like, all right, my views are shit, but people are buying, so it's working. It's landing in the right people's faces. That's all I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about views, followers, going viral. I don't give a shit about any of that. All I care about is people buying. The conversion for me is them clicking the link in the bio, putting the shit in the cart, and transaction going through so I could print their shirt, ship it off. That's all I care about. That's all I'm using social media for, really, is just to promote the shit that I'm doing. You know what I mean? So it's like a numbers game. You just, the more you put out, the better it's going to be, man. Like, more people will see it. Different people are going to see it. Not the same people are going to see your content all the time. So it's just you posting shit, posting shit. You know what I mean? I always thought behind the scenes would hit, but it never does. Behind the scenes works sometimes and it sometimes doesn't. It's more about, is the content engaging enough for somebody to watch? Are you showing something to somebody that they actually might like? You know what I mean? Esteban Oriol says 1,000 pictures and only one good one. That's exactly it, man. That is exactly it. And I trust Esteban. He knows what he's talking about. Just followed you on TikTok. Appreciate it, man. What other hat press besides the Hottronics does leather patches? The Heat Press Nation one, any hat press will do leather patches. Always solid advice. Thanks, Brown. Not a problem. Yeah, Willow, any hat press can do leather patches. Heat Press Nation one does leather patches. Geo Knights do leather patches. Um, any of them. It's all about the adhesive on the back on what's getting applied to the hat. Um, And then if you're concerned with like burning the leather or anything like that, they have silicone pads, they got Teflon pads, they got all kind of different things to cover so it doesn't burn or anything like that. Like, I don't know if you guys ever sublimated on metal before, but using silicone pads when you sublimate on metal help out a lot. AKA Braun, what's happening? I haven't seen that name on here in a while, man. Appreciate you for jumping on. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll up and try to see if I missed any videos here. Oh shit, we've been at it for about a little over an hour. If anybody got any more questions, man, shoot them out. I usually live stream on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, but I was busy yesterday, so that's why I jumped on Wednesday. I think we started at like 6:30, a little after 6:30 or something like that. So I appreciate that. Diz, what up, man? If you guys got any questions, man, shoot them out. For now, we'll probably jump off. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out this evening. Let me see. I think I answered everybody's shit. Over here going crazy. That's right, Diz. Working, man. Anywhere local to pick up Madeira thread in LA. Downtown LA, Main Street. Um, the store, like, if you know where McLogan is in downtown LA, there's a place across the street that has, I want to say they have sewing machines. I might be wrong, but I think they have sewing machines in there. They had Madeira thread, but that's, and then if you go down closer to Maple, like let's say you take like 14th down to Maple, I want to say there's another seamstress in that area that might have it too. But yeah, if you check the one on Main, south of the 10 freeway, kind of close to McLogan, those little sewing machine shops in there sell thread. Shit, maybe McLogan sells thread. I never even checked on the stream platform end of it. Wait, let me see. Oh, my son dropped a game that he developed and it's coming out on the stream platform end of October. Hell yeah, that's dope, man. I'm trying to think of where else sells Madeira thread, but that's the only place I could think of is south of the 10 freeway is usually where all those like I was buying big ass boxes of bobbins from down there, and I was buying like 3 millimeter foam. I was buying I think I even bought stabilizer down there. Just walking down there and checking it out. Hell yeah, video game coming out, merch dropping at the same exact time. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's dope. Making a video game sounds dope as hell, actually. Let me see. And what weight uh thread are you doing? 40? Is it 40 or 60 for the Madeira stuff? And I want to say Madeira got like the cool like metallics, like the golds and the silvers and shit like that. I might be wrong, but 40, hell yeah. So you recommend the Signature Series hat press? Hell yeah, I recommend that one, man. Only because you don't know the size of your hat when it's going to land on that platen. So having the extra platens to fit check every hat that you do, easy call. So like let's say you wanted to do like 5 panel trucker hats made by Yupon, and that's going to take a different platen. But then let's say a 5 panel trucker made by Otto is going to fit a different platen. So like having those different interchangeable plans only benefits you, the operator, because now you can actually fill in the gaps with the different size platens based on the hat that you're using. So you get the hat in, you test it out, and be like, oh shit, this one has a little gap. Let me take this one out, put the smaller one on. The next thing you know, boom, perfect fit, easy call. Then you write it down. Say, all right, auto works perfect for these hat. I'm for this platen right here. And then let's say you try out some other hat from Richardson, and you're like, all right, let me see what this 6 panel does. Then you look for the right size. But since you have the smallest size all the way up to the bigger size, easy call. And I don't even just use my hat press for hats. I use it for neck labels. I use it for sleeve hits. I use it for baby clothes. I use it for bibs. Anything small, I'll put that different size platen on and I'll bang them out. I just lay the shit over there and press it on. That's how I do all my neck labels on my t-shirts. Sleeve hits are an easy one. Um, shit, I've even done pockets like on jackets. I'll slide the pocket onto the small platen and then press right over the pocket. Did that on some baseball jackets. You know any places where to buy wholesale shirts in Northern Cali? I don't know anywhere in Northern California. I know there's a fashion district up there. I just don't know where. Chances are it's probably in San Francisco somewhere. But if you looked up garment district or fashion district, Northern California, you might find some stuff. But I don't know of any place up there. I've never had to source shirts up there. But if you signed up for SNS, SNS Activewear, they're in Reno and they ship like next day. Like you place the order today, you'll get the shit tomorrow delivered. So SNS Activewear is cool. Like, because if I'm ordering shit and I'm in LA from SNS, it'll come next day to me. So you're closer to Reno, like a straight shot. So it'll work. Use your hat press for more than one thing. Hell yeah, that's the move. Just want to take a second of my day and give you a big thanks for all the knowledge you drop. Super cleaner. I appreciate that, man. I dived headfirst into the DTF printer, We did it backwards, bought an X tool printer before selling a piece. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. I see videos about that X tool. Is that the one that's like tall and it's all built in? Like the print comes out, then it like goes all the way down and then it comes out the bottom. I've seen videos about that shit. I'm just not familiar with it. Um, Shit, now that you got it, man, get that money. You know what I mean? This is how I would do it. If I had that little printer, no, I don't even want to say little printer, but if I had that printer, I'd get on Etsy and I'd probably just bang out a bunch of like cat designs, dog designs, like different breeds of cats, different breeds of dogs, because I know people that own these animals love them to death, right? So, like, let's say French bulldogs are popular. French bulldogs, Dachshunds, corgis, all of these dogs, the owners love them. So I would make stupid little shirts that had a corgi sleeping and say something that corgi people would love. I do the same thing for cats. I do it for animal lovers and put them on Etsy and then just fucking bang them through. That would be my move if I had the printer that you have. It'd be able to like just generate a bunch of sales and you'd be knocking shit down. And then who knows, man, maybe you could just use AI and create the designs if you don't want to sit there and create them. I don't know nothing about AI, so I can't tell you how easy it is. But from all the videos I see, it sounds like people say it's easy to create designs that way. So if you have that printer, that's what I would do. Like I wouldn't even focus on a brand or anything. I'd just be focused on trying to pay the printer off for one. How can I get to the money the quickest? That's what I do. I lean into the pet community because people love their pets. People love parrots also. Like I'd make a bunch of wiener dog stuff, parrot shirts, um, for guys and girls. You know what I mean? And I put that up on Etsy and I try to sell the shit out of all that. Yes, that piece. You have definitely given me so much confidence. Been watching all your content. Gonna do just that, bro. The AI is too easy. There you go, man. That's what I'm talking about. I seen the video of that printer though. I was confused because of how tall it was, but I guess it prints, then it goes down and it puts the powder on, then it dries it, and then it shoots it out the bottom, right? But then it looks like the film is like it has holes on the side of the film, so it must grip some kind of roller in there to feed it. So maybe you have to use proprietary film with that printer. I don't know the schematics. This is just from looking at it. But that's what I would do to keep that printer running and to pay it off is I try to go for like the low hanging fruit. Pets is an easy one. Doing customized shirts for like pet owners too, that would probably be an easy one too. Like send me a picture of your dog and I'll fucking put his name on there, put it on a shirt or something. I seen some lady killing it on I think it was Etsy or maybe it was her own website, but I was seeing her Instagram videos. She was doing like small embroidery jobs on crew neck sweaters, and it would be like a outline, like a silhouette of the dog with like the dog's name. So, like, say if I had a French bulldog, it'd be like a silhouette of a random French bulldog that looks somewhat similar to my dog, and then it would say the dog's name underneath. And she was putting on crew necks, standard, regular gilding crew necks, and killing shit. She was selling so many of those things. Small little embroidery hit, easy call. Oh, there you go. So to use the oven, you need the X tool film. And if you wanted to use different films, you could only use the printer only, but not the oven. But you have to use X tool ink. There you go. I think I seen what's that one company? All American Printer, All American Printing. I think they were advertising that same exact printer. But yeah, if you wanted to make some money with that thing, I'd try that out. I don't know if it's gonna work. That's in my head when I seen that printer and I was thinking of like the home guy that's just gonna be using it to print their own shit. That's the first thing that came to my head was like, let me do pet shit for people on Etsy to pay this printer off. And then as I pay it off, then use it for other shit. You know what I mean? So far, your head seems to spit out gold. Hey, man, I'll say this. I got a lot of dumbass ideas. Not all of them are good ideas, but it's just a think tank up there. my mind goes to where the money's at. That's the biggest thing is I try to find where I can make money at all day long. That's the only thing that runs through my brain of thinking of anything is how can I make money here? And when I seen that printer, that's what I thought of. Etsy people and I thought of pet owners. And I was like, fuck, that gotta be pretty easy if I just did. Let's say I made 10 really good corgi designs, and then I made 10 French bulldog designs and 10 wiener dog or Dotson designs. There's enough there to service those 3 pet owners and make a decent amount of money because those are kind of popular dogs right now. Then you could always venture off to like bigger dogs or other dogs because people love their dogs that much. You know what I mean? Like, so you play into that relatable shit. That's majority of my stuff stems from making relatable shit that people would buy. But good luck with it, man. It's dope. You're the first person I know, or not. I don't personally know you, but you're the first person I heard of owning that machine outside of like influencers that got that machine for free so they could show what it does. You're the first person I know that bought it, has it, actively using it. So good luck with that. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you guys for jumping on though, man. If anybody got any more questions, shoot them out for me. If you don't, we'll catch you guys on the next one. I live stream usually every Tuesday. Had to do it on Wednesday because I was busy yesterday. So that's why we're here now. But I appreciate you, like everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with me and chopping it up with me, spending an hour and a half of your day with me, man. I really, really appreciate it. So outside of that, oh, you know what I did want to say though? There's a lot of people that hear me talk about blank teacher. Like I was just talking about Pro Club and stuff like that. I talk about AS Color. There's so many people that get mad when they can't buy AS Color. I have nothing to do with that company. Like I found them. Like this is the AS Color shirt that I'm wearing right now. I don't work for them or anything like that. I find the shirts. I like using them. I like wearing them. So I share that information. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat right now that was one of the angry people, but like there's been people that are like, yo, I'm trying to find these AS Color shirts, but I can only buy it from their site. I'm like, yeah, buy it from their site. I don't want to do that. I want to buy it from over here. And I'm like, if they don't have it in these other sites, then I can't help you, man. And people get mad at me because I'm talking about AS Color, but they're mad that AS Color is not on these other third party sites or wherever they're buying the shirts from. Like, look, this is how I buy the shit. I go to AS Color, place my order, I pick the shit up. That's all I do. You could do the same exact thing if you wanted to. They're not giving me special treatment. This is what everybody does. I run into so many YouTube subscribers and business owners in line waiting for my jobs just like they are. And I get a chance to chop it up with them all the time. And it's cool. But people make it seem like AS Color is like some super secret site that not everybody can buy from. You can buy from them. Can't complain about the prices to me. Can't complain about none of the shit. I'm just providing the information about the blanks that I'm finding. That's it. They don't pay me to talk about it. They don't, none of that shit. I'm just talking about the shit that I find and I like, man. That's it. Any shows coming up? I'm in SoCal and gonna soak up all the game. Oh yeah, Impressions Expo's coming up in January, and free registration I think is now. So if you go to impressionsexpo.com, I think that's the website. Look up Long Beach. It happens in January. Sign up for free, register for free, and you're good to go. But that's the best one to go to, especially if you're in Southern California. That's the best one to go to. Is the Impressions Expo in Long Beach. Happens every January. Biggest show out there. I think the Printers United just happened or is going to happen. I don't know exactly when that one's going down, but that one should be coming up or should be happening. So check for that one too. That one's in Orlando, I believe, though. Which model of AS Color is your favorite? AS Color Classic. That's my shit. The one I'm wearing right now is a heavy fade. This is the white. But AS Color Classic is the shirt that I wear all the time. Are you going to any upcoming printing conventions? I'm going to Impressions Expo in January. I'll be at that one for sure. I usually try to go 2 days out of the 3 days. this past year or this January that just passed, or 2025 January, I think I went all 3 days. But yeah, I'm usually there hanging out. I don't hang out in any booths or nothing like that. I'm just walking around doing my research like the rest of you guys. And I'll hang out, drink some beers with you if you wanted to too. Chop it up. That's usually what I go for. Hang out, drink beers, look at some shit. It's about it. I don't really have too many obligations with going over there. But I appreciate you guys, man. Sign up for Impressions Expo. If there's a little comment section or a note section when you sign up, tell them Big Brando sent you. Those motherfuckers know me or they see me all the time. They don't really mess with me though. Maybe it's because I talk the way I do, and maybe I'm not on brand with what they're doing. But I promote that show all the time because I think it's a dope one for business owners, brand owners like yourself, to attend to do some research. That's what I use it for. I've been going for years. I've been going for years when before like DTG was cracking, like when it was just an all screen printer event. So check it out. That's a good one to go to. Use T cell for my first blanks, waiting on the license. Need that wholesale plug. We hitting all the farmers markets right now. We'll post you as a referral. God bless you. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Get that money. Farmers market's a good way to go. It's a big brand. I found your channel like a month ago. I do a boxing podcast, other sports, and I was using Teespring for my merch. But after watching you, you helped me get my nerve. Oh hell yeah! So you were using a print on demand company. Now you're doing the shit yourself. Get that money. Hell yeah. GMT Sports. Shout out to GMT Sports, man, the boxing podcast. That's dope as hell to me. You ever see I don't know if you follow, well, if you're a boxing fan, then you follow like Top Rank and stuff like that. My homie's the photographer Mikey Williams from he shoots for Top Rank. Let me see, 35 years, and I've never been to Long Beach. So I want to go this year. Alex, make your way to Long Beach. It's dope. You won't be disappointed. Shit is dope. It's a good show to go to, especially if you're looking for transfers, if you're looking for blanks, if you're looking for manufacturers, if you're looking to get into DTF or DTG. All these companies are there under one roof, showing it all. So good place to be. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys for jumping on. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Peace.